Welcome to Ridgy. Now we are continuing the session, that is a 3D coordinate system. In this session we will learn about section formula. First topic, 3D coordinate system. And in this chapter, the next topic is section formula. Already we know the section formula of 2D coordinate system, that is a line is dividing in the ratio of m is to n internally as well as externally. In that same scenario, we are going to learn the section formula of a line in 3D coordinate system. Let us take one 3D coordinate system here. This is x, this is y, and this is z here. So I am taking 2 points in 3D coordinate system. This is point A, and here one more point, that is B here I am taking. This point is x1 comma y1 comma z1, and this point I am taking here x2 comma y2 comma z2, and if you join these 2 points A and B, here we are making a line here. This line is in the 3D coordinate system. I am taking the same line here. I am taking this same line. This is AB here. This is A and B, and here this is x1 y1 comma z1, and this is x2 comma y2 comma z2. This line is dividing in the ratio of m is to n internally, m and n. This line is dividing in the ratio of m is to n internally. The line AB dividing internally in the ratio of m is to n here. So this line is dividing internally in the ratio of m and n in the ratio of m is to n. So then the section formula will be section formula of internal division that is mx2 minus nx1 divided by m plus n, and my2 plus ny1 divided by m plus n, and mz2 plus nz1 divided by m plus n. So this is a section formula of a line in the 3D coordinate system divided in the ratio of m is to n internally. This is the section formula for internal division of a straight line in the ratio of m is to n. And again I am taking the same line AB. This is A of x1 comma y1 comma z1, and this is B here. So this is x2 comma y2 comma z2, and this straight line in the 3D coordinate system is dividing in the ratio of m is to n. So this is m is to n in the ratio of m is to n externally. The line AB is dividing in the ratio of m is to n externally. So the section formula of external division is mx2 minus nx1 divided by m minus n comma my2 minus ny1 divided by m minus n comma mz2 minus nz1 divided by m minus n. So here we have two types of internal divisions of a straight line in 3D coordinate system here. In that, the first one is internal division of a straight line in the ratio of m is to n, and the second one is external division of a straight line in the ratio of m is to n. Here this is the total length is m and it is divided in the ratio of m is to n externally, and it is divided in the ratio of m is to n internally. This is internal division in the ratio of m is to n. This is external division in the ratio of m is to n. Here the section formula of internal division is mx2 plus nx1 by m plus n comma my2 plus ny1 by m plus n comma mz2 plus nz1 by m plus n, as well as external division of section formula is mx2 minus nx1 by m minus n comma my2 minus ny1 by m plus n m minus n comma mz2 minus nz1 by m minus n here. So the next topic for this one is midpoint. Midpoint. See here, I am taking a coordinate 3D coordinate system. This is x, this is y, and this is z. Here I am taking a straight line in a 3D coordinate system. This is a and this is b here. This is x1 comma y1 comma z1, and this is x2 comma y2 comma z2. Here I am taking midpoint of a line AB of a 3D coordinate system is midpoint M I am taking here. So midpoint M, how we are taking here? So here x1 plus x2 by 2 comma y1 plus y2 by 2 and z1 plus z2 by 2. This is the midpoint of a line AB. This is the AB line here. So this is M. M is the midpoint of line AB here. This is the line in the 3D coordinate system. The midpoint of this line AB is M is equal to x1 plus x2 by 2 comma y1 plus y2 by 2 and z1 plus z2 by 2. This is the midpoint of the line AB here. And the next topic is centroid. And the next topic is centroid. And the next one, first one is I am taking collinear. The next topic is collinear. What is mean by collinear? First of all, what is mean by collinear? Collinear is nothing but 3 points. If 3 points lies on a same line, we can call the 3 points are collinear here. Collinear is nothing but if 3 points are lies on a same line is nothing but collinear. So whenever the 3 points are lies on a same line is nothing but collinear. And here I am taking the first point. A is x1 comma y1 comma z1 and comma b of x2 comma y2 comma z2 and c of x3 comma y3 comma z3. Here 3 points are there. If A, B, C, A comma B and C are collinear. Collinear is nothing but, first of all, here the 3 conditions are there here. So AB east BC, here that one is x1 minus x2 east x2 minus x3, or it should satisfy x1 minus x2 east, x2 minus x3, and y1 minus y2 east, y2 minus y3, or z1 minus z2 east, z2 minus z3. This is the first case. Collinear is nothing but here A, B, C, A, B, C. These 3 points are lies on same line, then we can call as collinear. Collinear is nothing but 3 points are lies on a single line is nothing but collinear here. So the first case is AB east, BC. Similarly you can take BC east, CA, and next finally AB east, AC. So like that you can write here. The second point for this one is second point, x1 minus x2 by x2 minus x3 is equal to y1 minus y2 by y2 minus y3, or is equal to z1 minus z2 by z2 minus z3 here. This is a ratio of collinear. If the condition is satisfying, if this condition is satisfying these 3 points, then these 3 points are collinear. Collinear when satisfies the condition. Next one, the third point is the determinant of the value of x1, y1, z1 and x2, y2, z2 and x3, y3, z3 is equal to 0, then the 3 points are said to be collinear. Collinear is nothing but if 3 points are lies on a same line, then we can call these 3 points are collinear. Here if the condition is satisfying here, then we can say these 3 are collinear, A, B, C are collinear here, and otherwise if the 3 points are satisfying this condition is also, we can say these 3 points are collinear, or modulus of this value, a determinant of this value x1, y1, z1, x2, y2, z2, x3, y3, z3, the determinant of this value is equal to 0, then we can say these 3 points are collinear here. And the next topic is centroid, and the next topic is centroid here. Centroid is nothing but if you take any triangle here, I am taking a triangle A of x1 comma y1 comma z1 and B of x2 comma y2 comma z3 and C of x3 comma y3 comma z3. Here the centroid of this is the centroid is G here. I am taking centroid is denoted by G here. So here let consider A is x1 comma y1 comma z1 and comma B is x2 comma y2 comma z2 and finally C is x3 comma y3 comma z3. Here triangle ABC, here ABC is a triangle, then G is a centroid of the triangle here. G is the centroid of the triangle here, where A comma B comma C is 3 points of a 3D coordinate system of a triangle, 3D coordinate system of a triangle here. So then the centroid will be centroid, it is denoted by capital G. The centroid will be x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3 and y1 plus y2 plus y3 by 3, y1 plus y2 plus y3 by 3 and z1 plus z2 plus z3 by 3. Here, this is the formula for centroid of a triangle when 3 points of a triangle are given in the type of 3D coordinate system. Coordinate system. This is the centroid. Otherwise, we have a condition here. Condition that is equal 3G is equal, we can write sum of a plus b plus c, and here it is in the ratio of 3G is equal to sum of a plus b plus c here. This is all about the condition for centroid here. Centroid, first of all, here we are taking 3 points a, b, c here. From these 3 points we are framing a triangle here. The triangle having centroid, that is denoted by capital G. Then the formula to find the centroid of a triangle, if the points are given in 3D coordinate system, then the formula is x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3 and y1 plus y2 plus y3 by 3 and finally z1 plus z2 plus z3 by 3. And the condition for that one is 3G. 3 into centroid is equal to sum of the points of A, B, C here. So this is all about the centroid here. And the next topic is coordinate plane divides the line segment. Coordinate plane of a 3D is divides the line segment. A line segment AB I am taking here. This is the line segment A and B of a line segment divides the coordinate planes. Coordinate plane, for example, this is the coordinate system, this is x, y, z. A line segment is dividing the plane here, this plane, xy plane here. So in that way we have several points here. In that, the first one, if a point A of x1 comma y1 comma z1 here and b of x2 comma y2 comma z2 are 2 points of a line of a 3D coordinate system. These are 2 points of a straight line AB of a 3D coordinate system. Now the first point is YOZ plane. YOZ, this plane here, this is a plane, this plane divides the line segment AB. This line is divided a line segment AB. This is the line AB. Then the ratio will be minus of x ordinate east minus of x2 here. Minus of x1 ordinate and east x2 here. Here this is negative sign, this is a positive sign. This is the ratio of a line segment AB divides the plane YOZ here. And the second point ZOX. This is a base, here. So the previous one is this one. Here x, the first plane is YOZ, this is here, this is x, this is y and this is z here. First place is YOZ. This plane, this vertical plane is dividing a line AB, one line that is in the ratio of minus x1 is x2 here. And here this ZOX is nothing but ZOX. This base one is divided a line segment AB in the ratio of minus y2 east minus y2 east minus y1 east y2 here. This is negative symbol of y1 ordinate east, positive symbol of y2 ordinate here. And the third one is XOY, and this is nothing but this is x axis, this is y axis and this is z axis. The plane XOY is divided a line AB. I am taking one more line. This is the line here. This is the line divided in the ratio of minus Z1 east Z2 here. This is the ratio of negative of Z1 ordinate is to positive of Z2 ordinate. This is all about this third point here. We have 3 planes of a 3D coordinate system. This is the XOY plane, XOZ plane, YOZ plane. So these are the ratios of a line plane divided by a line here. In this case one line, and this case one more line, in this case one more line. The line AB is dividing the three planes in the ratios like this. And the next one is the internal angular bisector of angle of A triangle ABC intersect the opposite side of BC, then D and I is the incenter of the triangle. Then here this is the triangle I am taking here. This is ABC. This is the triangle I am taking here, having vertices. This is A and this is B and this is C here. So here he is saying the angular bisector of A is this angular bisector of A dividing the opposite side at D here. This is angular bisector, this is equal, this angle is equal to this angle. So both the angles are equal. This is intersecting at D on a opposite side of a triangle of vertices A, that is BC here, and the point is here D, and the incenter, this is I, incenter of this triangle here, incenter of this triangle. Then the first condition is BD is to DC is equal to AB is to AD. Here BD, the ratio of BD is to DC is always equal to AB is to AC here. So the sides of the triangle, the ratio of the sides of the triangle AB is to AC is equal to the ratio of the point is dividing the side BC. Here BD is to CD here. So this ratio is equal to this ratio here. So BD is to DC. The side of BC, the side of triangle BC is divided in the ratio BD is to CD. BD is to CD is equal to sides of a triangle of AB is to AC. This is a point about this one. And AI is to ID. AI is to ID. The ratio of this AI is to ID is equal to sum of sides of AB plus AC. AB plus AC is to BC here. The sum of sides of two sides of AB is to AB. AB is to AC is to BC here. Third side here. The sum of two sides is to third side here. This is all about the coordinate plane divided a line segment to three planes of a 3D coordinate system and relation between triangle here. This is all about the point here. And the tetrahedron. What is tetrahedron first of all? Tetrahedron. So first of all, before discussing about tetrahedron, first we have to look at the diagram of tetrahedron here. First we have to look at the diagram of tetrahedron. Now I am taking a tetrahedron diagram. And this is a tetrahedron A, B, C, and this is D here. So, and if you look at in 3D way, this is a tetrahedron diagram. Tetrahedron. So this is the tetrahedron diagram. So let ABC be a triangle. Let ABC be a triangle and D be a point in the space which is not in the plane of triangle. Then ABCD is a tetrahedron. Here ABC is a triangle. ABC is a triangle and D is a point not on the plane of triangle ABC. So it is in the space. So it is in the space here. So it is not on the triangle ABC. So the joining of all the points will get the tetrahedron. Then the triangle, the figure ABCD is nothing but tetrahedron. If you look at in top view, This is top view and this is side view of a tetrahedron. This is top view and this is side view. If you look into top view, this is the tetrahedral shape. This is the edges. These are dotted lines of edges. This is the final edges, output edges here. This is all about the preparation of tetrahedron here. Tetrahedron is nothing but it is having a base triangle and it is one more point is above the plane of the triangle. The joining of ABCD is nothing but tetrahedron. And the next point is the tetrahedron ABCD has 4 faces. This is 1 and this is 2 and this is 3 and the back side of this one is 4 here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Here it is having, this is 1, 2, 3 and the bottom is having 4 here. So that's why it is having how many faces? 4 faces here. And the next one, they are namely, this is triangle, this is the triangle A, B, C and a triangle A, B, D and this is triangle having B, D, C and triangle having ADC. Like this we have 4 faces here and we have 4 vertices. This is 1 vertices, this is 1 vertices and this is 1 vertices, this is 1 more vertices. Here we have 4 vertices A, B, C, D. These are, here we have 4 vertices, they are A, B, C, D and it is having 6 edges. This is having 6 edges. Here if you look into the diagram, here we have 6 edges. This is 1 and this is 2, this is 1, here this is 2 and this is 3 here and this line is 4 and this line is 5 and this line is 6 here. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. 6 lines are there here in this diagram. So this is the, here if you look into this diagram, top view, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. It is having 6 edges. They are AB, AC, BC, AD, BD and CD. These are the edges of the tetrahedron. AB and AC, BC, AD, BD and CD. These are the 6 edges of tetrahedron here. So this is all about tetrahedron and in this tetrahedron we have some more points here. The centroid G of tetrahedron ABCD divides the line joining any vertex to the centroid of the opposite vertex to the centroid of the triangle in the ratio of 3:1. Here this is the most important point and here the centroid of each triangle are divided in the ratio of 3:1 here. The triangle here we have how many triangles here? 4 triangles. It can frame by 4 triangles. The centroid of each triangle is the centroid of that each triangle is G1, G2, G3 like this. They are in the ratio of 3:1 here. So he is saying about this point here and the centroid of the tetrahedron formed by the 4 points. Here we have 4 points. They are A, B, C and D here. So these 4 points are having the points x1, y1, z1 and x2, y2, z2, x3, y3, z3 and finally x4, y4, z4. The centroid of this tetrahedron, remember here, centroid of tetrahedron, that is x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus x4 5 4 and y1 plus y2 plus y3 plus y4 5 4. Finally z1 plus z2 plus z3 plus z4 5 4. This is the remembering formula of centroid of tetrahedron. This is the centroid of tetrahedron formula. You have to remember this formula here. And if G is the centroid of tetrahedron, then the condition for this one, 4G is equal to sum of 4 sides of a 3D coordinate system here. The condition is here 4G is equal to sum of 4 points AB plus A plus B plus C plus D. This is the condition for sum of 4 points of a centroid of a tetrahedron. This is all about the information of tetrahedron here. Now The next point is locus, and the next one is locus. Locus is nothing but the set of all points in a space satisfying given condition or a given property is called locus. For example, if any equation is satisfying the condition, then we can call it as locus here. The set of all points in a space satisfying the given condition is nothing but locus. This is all about the locus, and in that one the first point is if P of x comma y comma z is a point, any point on locus, then the algebraic relation between x comma y comma z obtained by using geometrical condition, then the equation is called locus. We have two types of definitions here. If any point P of x comma y comma, in generally 2D coordinate system, P of x comma y is any point on the locus of algebraic relation between the geometrical condition is nothing but equation of the locus. In the similar way, P of x comma y comma z is any point on the locus, then the algebraic relation between x comma y comma z is geometrical condition of this equation of locus is here. So the third point is the locus of a point which is at a distance of k units from the x y plane here. Here x y z here, x o, this is origin here, x o y plane. The locus of point is k units from the, so it is at k units. Sorry, here this is the coordinate system, 3D coordinate system, x o y plane here. If I am taking a duster here, this duster is some distance to, actually it is on xy plane, so I am moving here on the plane, so I am moving to some distance, it is some distance to the xy plane, this plane here, so this plane to some distance, that distance is nothing but k units, that k units is here k is unit. This is the point he is having some distance to xy plane, this plane to some distance here, so I am placing on the plane, this my hand is on the plane is nothing but, on the board is nothing but on the plane, so I am moving some distance to xy plane here, so this is the distance of xy, my hand is xy, the distance between xy plane to some distance, this distance between board and my hand is k units, so that is the distance here, so k units from xy plane is mod of z is equal to k. In way similarly the plane of xo yoz is at some distance k is equal to mod of k is equal to mod of x is equal to k here. In that way the plane z is having the plane distance mod value of k y is equal to k here. Every time we are getting the distance is k here, this is the distance from the plane here, so the locus of the point which is at k units from the planes, three planes, xy plane and yoz plane and zy planes. Here we have three planes, and the next point is the locus of the point which is equidistant from the plane xy plane and yz plane is, this is the condition, remembering conditions, the locus of the point which is equidistant from xy plane and yz plane, xy plane, yz plane. If the point is equidistant to this plane and this plane, here completely how many planes are there? Three planes. This is x, y, z. This is xy plane, this is yz plane, this is xz plane. Here three planes are there. If any point, I am taking this duster is a point, this duster is equidistant from this plane and this plane, so then the condition for this one is z square minus x square, and similarly yz plane and xz plane, yz plane and zx plane, it is at some distance in this 3D coordinate system, thus equation is x square minus y square here, and xz plane and xy plane is y square minus z square here. These are the three remembering formulas the plane, the point is at equidistant from the two planes, that is 1 y square minus z square is equal to 0, and x square minus y square is equal to 0, and y square minus z square is equal to 0. Here we have three equations, three conditions for a plane. A point is equidistant from the two planes of a 3D coordinate system here, and the next one is translation of axis. In that, the first point is, the topic name is translation of axis. First point, the transformation obtained by shifting of origin without shifting the direction of axis, then the translation of axis will be, it is nothing but, for example, x, y, z here. This is origin having 0, 0, 0. This is having origin 0, 0. Here the origin is shifted like this. Origin is shifted to here, or x, y, z. Here origin 0, 0, 0 is shifted, but the direction of x axis and direction of y axis and the direction of z axis is not shifted. Origin is shifted. Here the origin is shifted, and the origin is shifted here to here. This is O and this is O dash, and the direction of axis is not shifted. It is in the direction of this one, and this x and x dash both are parallel, and y dash both are parallel here, and z and z dash both are parallel here. Here the direction of axis is not shifted, but the origin is shifted for these two pair of 3D coordinate system here. Now here we have red coordinate system, 3D coordinate system, and black 3D coordinate system. Here this black 3D coordinate system says old axis, and this is new axis. The red one is new axis, this is old axis here. Now if you look at the second point, if we shifted the origin to h comma k comma l, here this origin is shifted to somewhere, and this point I am considering here h comma, this point is h comma k comma l. Here we don't know this point. From this origin is shifted to somewhere, some distance, that point is h comma k comma l, and without changing the direction of the coordinate axis. Here I am not changing any direction of x axis. So if I am changing like this, what will happen? This is x, y, z, and if you change like this, this will be changing of x, y, z. Here it is in the direction of this one, so x will be changed to like this, inclined, and similarly y also and z also is changed. Here direction of axis is changed, and origin also changed, but here we don't want to change. Origin changed as well as direction of axis will be changed, but here only the origin is changed. Only origin is changed, but not changed the direction of coordinate axis of a 3D coordinate system, coordinate axis of 3D system here. So but the coordinate axis x1 by xyz, and it will become capital X, it will become capital X, this will be small x, small y, small z, this is capital X, capital Y, capital Z here. So this is the changing of direction of a new coordinate system, and then the point with respect to the old axis to new axis, then the point with respect to a point P is on this plane and this coordinate system, and the point P is dash is on this 3D coordinate system, then it will be changes to this point, for example x comma y comma z, then this point will be changed to x plus h comma capital x is equal to capital X plus h comma cap y is equal capital Y plus k comma z is equal to capital Z plus L. This is the position of the point of new point from old axis to new axis. This is the concept about translation of axis. First of all, we are changing the only origin, we are not changing the direction of the 3 coordinates axis here. So the origin O 0 comma 0 is shifted to somewhere, some distance in the space here. That distance is considered as h comma k comma l, and the point on a old axis, that is p of x comma y comma z, and the point on new axis will become x is equal to capital X plus h, y is equal to capital Y plus k, and z is equal to capital Z plus L. This is the new position of the point in a new axis here. This is all about the 3D coordinate system, and everyone while watching the class, once after completion of this class, once go through the material which is provided by us, and if you look at the material, the class will be easily you can understand, and you can practice all the modules in a material, module 1 and module 2, module 3, and theory bits also you can practice. If you have any doubts, you can ping me in WhatsApp group or else through the call, or else you can visit the campus of RITSI. Thank you.